Hey YouTube, it's Liz again. Here I am. This is my seventh video now in the blog series about my weight loss surgery. This is the first blog that I am doing, well, second actually, that I'm doing post-surgery. So the first one was last week Friday. I had only had my lap band for a day and I was an emotional wreck. Today, as you can see, I'm doing a lot better. Um, the week was a little crazy, but let's start with the interesting stuff first, which is the numbers. Okay, last week Friday when I weighed myself when I came home from the hospital, just before I spoke to you guys, I was 345 pounds. Today, I've been weighing myself every day because I'm a chronic weigher, unfortunately. But today, the numbers this morning was 331.4, which is a total loss in just 1 week of 13.6 pounds. It's insanity. Like, I can't believe it. Um, I mean, I know that people lose weight, a lot of weight in their first week after surgery and, in the weeks after that while they're still acclimating to this tiny little food pouch that they have. But I never, ever, ever would have thought that I would be on the higher end of that. Some people lose between 6 pounds, as much as 20. So I kind of fell right in the middle of that, and I'm super, super happy with that. Um, I want to talk about my recovery a little bit. Uh, the first day after surgery, the day of surgery on Thursday was obviously the worst. Woke up in a lot of pain, but thankfully they had me hooked up to a morphine drip. Yeah, mama like that. But I definitely took advantage of it, and I used it when I needed it. I could control it. They gave me a button, so that was definitely a welcome way to relieve the pain because even though it didn't hurt, it was very, very uncomfortable, and that morphine kind of took the edge off of it. The second day when I came home, well, you guys saw me. I wasn't looking so hot. I was still really tired, very, very, very gassy. The day after that was a little better. The day after that was a little better, and the day after that was a little better. I would say by the fifth day after surgery, I really started to feel like myself again, and I started to feel human once again, so the recovery was fairly quickly, but I'll be very honest, I really, really was not expecting to feel like that after surgery. So many people say they're back to work in 3 days. I don't know how. I know that I couldn't have if I worked. I worked from home, thank goodness. But I definitely couldn't have gone back to work after 3 days. But, sitting here with you guys right now, honestly, I could say that I am 99.5% back to who I am. The only complaint that I could honestly give you right now is that the port site, which is right under my breastbone. Not going to show you guys. I know a lot of people do that here on these blogs. I'm not going to do that. Nobody wants to see my giant belly. But I will tell you a little bit about my incisions. I have a port site, like I said, right under my breastbone. That's where my doctor likes to do them. And besides that, I've got I've got an incision just above my navel, two, one maybe 3 or 4 inches below the other, right here on the left side of my rib cage, and one on the right side of my rib cage. Every single one of them are between I'd say about a half an inch, and the largest one, which is the port site, is actually about an inch and a half long. That's the largest one. Every other one is between a half an inch and an inch. Those are not painful at all. The port site is very tender though. And of course, that's to be expected because they sew the port to the muscle wall. So everything I'm hearing says that it should take about 3 weeks to heal completely, and then you don't even feel it. The first few days it was the most painful, but I made it through it, and thankfully now I'm able to sleep on my side again. I'm a side sleeper, and I wasn't able to do that for a couple of days, but I can do that now, so yay. Um, let's see, what else? When they sent me home from the hospital, they told me the diet that I'm going to be on, which is basically a more regimented version of the liquid diet that I was on pre-op that I blew. But she told me she wanted me to have at least 24 ounces, the nutritionist that is, at least 24 ounces of protein shakes and at least 24 ounces of broth for the day. And I'm supposed to mix that with water. Impossible. Impossible. The Saturday after the surgery was the day that I really started. They had been pumping me full of fluids, so I didn't bother doing it until I got home. Um, it took me 5 hours to finish one 11-ounce muscle milk. And that was pushing it and forcing it, and you're not supposed to do that, so I didn't try to do it too hard. But yeah, it's an impossibility. And even right now, 8 days after surgery, there's no way that I could do broth and milk at the same time. I just don't have the capacity for it. Hunger is absolutely gone. I have not actually felt hungry since the surgery. Uh, so the little bit of liquids that I am getting are completely sustaining me. It's increased a little bit every single day, and I'm able to get down about two muscle milks now, two 11-ounce muscle milks, and I drink water periodically through the day, and maybe at some point I'll be able to get down the rest in broth like they want me to, but I just can't. Uh, if I drink like a quarter of the muscle milk, I feel like I've just had a four-course meal. So very, very, very welcome, very happy to have that taking place. So it's nice to feel sated. It's nice to feel like I have control, and control is a definite something that I have right now. I don't know what happened. I'm kind of glitchy right now. Sorry about that. I'll keep going. Hopefully, I'm still recording. Um, Control is definitely something that I have right now. I'm not even tempted to take a bite of food. I'm not even tempted to want to have any food. There's hasn't been anything in front of me, and I've been around a lot that makes me say, okay, I need to have this right now. No, I'm fine. Thank goodness. Um, I do want to tell you guys a little bit about some of the mental stuff that's going on with me, though. One thing is that old habits die hard. So even though I'm not hungry physically, I've been hungry mentally. Um, and if anybody out there, shares my weight, you know what I'm talking about. Um, I'm a couponer. I don't know if you guys watch that crazy couponing show, but I'm one of them. And my Sunday morning routine has always been to go out couponing to a few of the drugstores that are around here by me. And for months now, every morning I would go, Sunday morning, that would be my alone time, and I would go out, and that's the times that I would have to spend my thoughts with. Um, and always, every Sunday, I always treated myself to a meal at Popeyes. I love their chicken poor boy sandwiches. They're so good. And every Sunday I would go there and I would spend, I think it's like $12 for the meal. I would get that. I would get a basket of fries and a drink, and I would sit there, and that would be my alone time, and I'd talk to myself in my head and just have some quiet alone time without having two screaming 2-year-olds and a husband asking me what to do and blah 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 blah. So when I went out couponing the day after my surgery this past Sunday, I couldn't do that, and it threw me off. Even though I didn't want to have anything from Popeyes, even though I was completely satisfied just on my muscle milk and actually a little uncomfortable by it, um, the whole day I felt like I was missing something. The whole day I felt like, uh, my trip through the drive-through was missing. And it really, really threw me off, that feeling. And I tried to fight it the whole day, and of course I did. I absolutely did not have fast food. I would never do something like that right now. Still healing, but it was very disturbing to think to myself that I have no desire, no craving for this food, not hungry for it, yet I'm thinking about it so much. it kind of makes me feel like I might have more issues than I thought I did. I always thought I was just the fat chick with the one that just loves food and just can't control herself. Of course I love food, and now I can control myself. So why did I do that? And then later on that day, it just so happened that my mother-in-law came by and she picked up the kids to take them out for dinner. So it was just my husband and I, and we were just, sitting around, and it occurred to me that if I hadn't had the band, that he and I probably could have gone out for sushi that night. We're big sushi eaters, and that's like our date whenever we get a chance to. And it kind of made me sad that we couldn't do it. And that bothered me a lot too, because again, no cravings, didn't want anything, yet here I am sad that I can't eat. So it's just it gave me a little bit of insight to myself, to say to myself that there are things that I didn't expect that need to change. So that's pretty much it with me. I want to make these blogs not only about numbers, but about the emotional part of this, and the head part of it all. So I know that I've gone on a little longer than I usually do, so I hope you were able to stick with me, and just to be able to gain some insight from everything that I've done, and you know realized about myself over the last few days. Looking ahead, I am really, really happy to be moving forward, and hopefully by the next time I speak to you, I'm sure that I won't have lost this much weight again. But we'll see. You never know. Surprises do happen, right? Sunday is the last day of the liquid part of my diet. Monday morning, I start the pureed stage, which is basically baby food, pureed cottage cheese, that kind of thing. Strained, shredded things that are just don't need to be chewed. But I'll tell you right now, I am really looking forward to that. Like Muscle Milk, big fan of their product. Could not be more sick of it. So cottage cheese never looked so good to me at this point. So take care, YouTube. Thanks so much for listening to me. And, next week when I speak to you, you'll see a little less of me, and I'll have another good report, hopefully. Okay? Take care. Bye-bye. Have a great weekend, everybody.